Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dirain, and today we continue diving into the drama and novel Lost You Forever, comparing the two versions of the story. If you missed part 1, you can find a link in the info card above or in the description below. I highly recommend watching the first part before you continue this video. And if you don't want to miss my next videos, subscribe! In the first part, we talked about the battle between the Xiang prince and the rebel general. During the battle, Xiao suddenly recognizes Xiang as her brother and saves him from certain death. After taking the blow directed at Xiang, she is badly hurt, so Xiang takes her to heal and without a second thought risks his own life to gather medicine for her. In the novel, there is nothing about him gathering the medicine, but when Xiao wakes up, she notices various precious medicines thrown into the pool she's lying in. So we still get that Xiang didn't simply take Xiao with him to hide, he also wanted to heal her. Xiao knows that for a normal person, such a medicine mix would be dangerous or even fatal, but her strange body makes it the perfect remedy. And finally, she notices Xiang sitting on a jade pallet, looking as though he might collapse at any moment. I like how the drama expanded our view on their time together, adding the scenes with Xiang treating Xiao's wounds and using his own spiritual power to help her heal, even though he was also severely injured in the battle. Xiang inquires Xiao about her reason for saving his mortal enemy. It is not just mere interest, he has to clear his doubts, otherwise he cannot trust Xiao or keep her around. In both the drama and the novel, the conversation goes pretty much in the same direction. At some point, Xiang takes a sip of Xiao's magical blood to help himself heal. The novel emphasizes that Xiao's blood is the best cure for Xiang, and I really like this line about their compatibility, so I thought it was worth sharing. Xiang had a strange physique, so it was near impossible for him to find a cure to heal himself. But Xiao, with her physique as strange as his, was actually a perfect cure. Now let's dive into one of the most intense and charged, so to speak, scenes from the drama. A moment that arguably has more sexual tension than all of Xiao and Tu Shanjin's scenes combined. Ready? Let's go. In the drama, we see Xiao on the verge of passing out as Xiang drinks her blood. However, in the novel, she wasn't nearly as affected. And take a closer look at her expression here. Is this 100% the face of someone about to faint? Let's rewind a bit. Right before this moment, another scene unfolds before our eyes. Xiang wakes up in the middle of the night feeling something strange happening to his body. Confused and irritated, he even has to take a sip of water to calm down, and he mutters, "Is this guy crazy? With such severe injuries, why would he do something like that?" Something like what, may I ask? Now, in the novel, we get a perfectly clear description of that. Initially, there was a piercing pain, as if sharp teeth broke through the skin. But soon the sensation transformed into something much more complex, a mix of pain, numbness, and even pleasure, accompanied by the sensation of, warning, licking, sucking, and light kissing. Yeah, let's pause to appreciate how vividly the novel describes that. Xiao seems moments away from passing out in Xiang's arms. Concerned, he leans back to check on her, his expression showing genuine worry. In a close-up shot, we see his eyes widen as he is concerned about her. Then, as the camera angle shifts, we notice something else in his expression. He is still concerned, still holding her tightly yet gently. But after Xiao opens her eyes and their gazes meet, Xiang realizes something. They're alone in the cave, both injured and vulnerable, and a bit in a daze because of that. He has just bit her neck, and if we look at it from Xiang's perspective, it becomes even more interesting but less appropriate. And now they are impossibly close to each other, like they have never been before. Xiang is a grown man, and Xiao, though disguised as a man, is very much a grown woman. For the drama watchers, it is clear by now that Xiang is falling for her, and his reaction feels natural. Although he knows she is in a man's body, his gaze drops to her chest, which makes Xiao nervously cover it with her hand and try to put some distance between them. The drama adds a small but significant detail here, that is, Xiang turning Xiao's face toward him with his finger. This doesn't happen in the novel, and he also didn't pull her closer in this later scene. I want to make it clear, in the novel, Xiao is much more in control of her actions and body during the scene. The drama version makes her seem even more passive and vulnerable, almost framing Xiang as taking advantage of her state. Next up in the drama, we get this gaze. The way Xiang looks at Xiao as he traces a line from her neck to her chest. He's observing her reaction, almost testing the boundaries without crossing them. It is a delicate balance. He doesn't want to do anything she wouldn't allow, but there is an unspoken question: how would she react if he did? The novel also takes his emotions a step further than usually, describing Xiang panting slightly, his lips still stained with blood and his eyes darkened with emotion. We didn't really see Xiang getting emotional in the novel before that. He was mostly composed, apart from the moments with his comrades dying and the whole ordeal with the medicine that was stolen. So we can actually call it the first time when we get a hint about his true feelings in the novel. Xiao, seeing his state, instinctively tries to change her position and thinks about covering herself, but doesn't do it in the novel. Xiang also traces her jawline there, but with his hand, not his finger. They discuss her true identity, and Xiang bluntly states that he's not interested in her fake body and leaves the pool to heal. In the drama, this last part with him getting out plays out a bit differently. Xiao comments on how demons only recognize males and females rather than men and women. She adds, "Pity I cannot turn into a 9-headed female demon, or I could have served Mr. Xiang." He's insulted and visibly embarrassed, storming out of the water. What I appreciate here is how Xiao immediately tries to apologize. She looks genuinely sorry as she explains that she didn't mean it that way. But why is she apologizing? As the story frequently reminds us, Xiang's form is unusual even among demons. Her remark unintentionally highlights his uniqueness, which he already feels isolated by. Her comment also implies that only someone like him could ever be his partner, further emphasizing his loneliness and the divide between Xiang and Xiao. Our injured duo stays in the cave for a short while, but of course Tu Shanjin is looking for Xiao. When he approaches, Xiang senses his presence and tries to take Xiao away, but her injured body cannot handle his power. So he decides to transfer some of his own power once again to heal her and leave her there. In the novel, it is simply mentioned that Xiang feels Jing coming and leaves, so we are almost left with the impression that Xiang just abandoned her. Soon after Xiang leaves, Jing finds Xiao and takes her away on his winged mount. In my opinion, both in the novel and the drama, Xiang understands that Tu Shanjin will take care of Xiao, which allows Xiang to leave her in the care of another one, even though he would much prefer to stay by her side until she's fully healed. That is, in my opinion, of course. However, due to his own injuries, he can't take risk remaining. If anyone were to find him now, or if he were to face off with Jin, for example, it could be fatal for him. I also think that the drama does an excellent job of expanding on their time in the cave, which emphasizes Xiang's care and guilt, since he is the one who hurt her with his claws in the first place. The moment where Xiang tries to move Xiao only to see how much pain it causes her is another striking display of his more vulnerable and softer side. Next, we move to the Tushan manor. I want to quickly mention that this scene where Tu Shanjin is using his spiritual power to eliminate Xiao's pain was not in the novel. In the next sequence, we see Xiao, still unconscious, grabbing Jin's hand and calling out for Xiang in her sleep. Jin, naturally, is hurt and saddened by this. I don't think it was a romantic dream. I imagine Xiao was likely dreaming about the battle and calling out to Xiang, urging him to spare Xuan's life. Even so, I really love this moment, which also isn't present in the novel, by the way. When Xiao wakes up, she is surprised with how quickly she has healed, assuming that valuable medicines must have been used. In the drama, it seems that she mistakenly believes it was Jin who healed her, whereas in the novel she doesn't think about the medicine at all. Another scene not from the novel is this painful sequence where Xiao watches Jin mutilate the wisteria tree. Honestly, why is he chopping off a perfectly healthy bloom from it? Common sense took a little detour here. But okay, let's move on. The slow-motion staring and smiling exchange between Xiao and Jin is also a bit exaggerated compared to this moment in the novel. Let's quickly talk about how this whole sequence was edited, because it never fails to make me giggle. First, we see Xiao step out of the house, smiling at Jin, and then BAM! Suddenly they're inside. That's when he touches her cheek, hugs her, and says, "You're finally awake." Wait, what happened outside? Did Jin politely ask her, "Could we move inside first so I can touch and embrace you properly?" In the novel, this scene plays out differently. Xiao gets up from the bed and goes to look around. She steps into the corridor and spots Jin in the courtyard. She walks up to him and, without saying a word, he reaches out, gently touches her cheek and suddenly pulls her into an embrace. However, she doesn't return the embrace. She merely rests her head on his shoulder. The drama naturally decided to add a bit more warmth by showing Xiao being open to answering the hug, because let's face it, a main couple in the drama can't have just one person doing all the cuddling. There's also a moment where a servant is so shocked by the hug that she drops cups in the middle of the scene, in the novel. Interestingly, the drama actually filmed this part, but it was later cut. And because of that, we're left with a shot that makes us question our sanity. When exactly did those cups end up on the floor? Next bunch of scenes only happened in the drama. First, Xiang visits Xiao to check on her recovery. She doesn't see him, but she kind of feels his presence. Xiang sees her surrounded by people and reflects on her earlier words about fearing loneliness and desiring at least temporary friendships. This scene is essential for understanding his character. He is trying to figure out what kind of person Xiao is and what she truly wants from life. He feels the need to make her life better, but be subtle about it. This moment reveals his growing awareness of her inner battles, a theme that will play a significant role from now on. I really appreciate this scene and the way Tangency performs here, as Xiang is quietly observing Xiao. Yangze's performance is also subtle yet powerful. When Xiao looks at the snow, you can see that it stirs something within her, even though she doesn't verbalize it. It is clear that what she feels isn't fear or disgust, it isn't a negative feeling at all. At one point, Tu Shanjin brought Xiao some food, hoping to win her back with his help. While they were in the clinic, Tu Shanjin hears a noise outside. He steps out to investigate but finds nothing except the raging blizzard. I suspect it was Xiang. He likely came multiple times to check on her, as we have already seen in the previous scene. But this time, Tu Shanjin used his power to drive him away. While I enjoy the addition of Xiang visiting, the primary focus of this particular scene is of course Tu Shanjin's bravery in protecting the woman he loves from the beast. With that, we have come to the end of this video. I hope my analysis brought you joy and made you see something differently, or simply reminded you of the beauty of the novel and its complex view of the main characters. Thank you for watching till the end, leaving a like and commenting. Stay healthy, happy and take care of yourselves. Till the next video!